Hey folks, Randy here with Dolan Cut and Trim. So I busted a customer's window. Um, I was actually thinking, I was like, man, I think I might get through this year without filing an insurance claim. Last year I didn't have a single claim all year, and I was pretty excited about that. And usually, I don't know why it works this way, but usually if I have an insurance claim to file, it's going to be in the month of April. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe it's because I'm being sloppy. I don't know. But every single April, if I'm going to have a claim, it's going to be in April. So this claim, actually, I'm just now recording this because I'm just now bringing this to the close. This claim happened back in on May 29th. I was mowing a property. And what is happening? Jeez. Goodness gracious. So I was mowing a lawn on Thursday, serviced it, no problem. Friday afternoon rolls around, I get a call, voicemail from a customer being like, hey, I just got home and I got a busted window in my front yard. Pretty sure you kicked up a rock and hit my window. Now, when that happens, and I apologize if there's a lot of wind noise, my air conditioner doesn't work that great. And so when that happens, I try and handle things as quickly as possible because I don't want there to be any opportunity for anybody to get upset or to get themselves worked up. Because, the longer it goes without being settled, the more time the customer has to be like, well, what if they don't pay it? And they just get all worked up, and you don't want to have to deal with that. So I called the guy back immediately, even though it was Friday evening. Got a hold of him, and we talked about it. He explained what happened. I wasn't completely understanding, but later on when he showed me pictures, I did. And I told him right away, I was like, look, I don't want you to worry about it. We have insurance. However much it is, it'll get paid for. No worries. And so he was like, okay. And that always sets people at ease. Because you want everybody to be relaxed. Because if the customer is more relaxed, it makes your job easier. When something goes wrong, that's an opportunity for you to build loyalty with your customers by showing them that you provide good customer service that they may not be able to get some other places. So I tell them, like, all right, well, what I need you to do is please send me pictures of the damage, and I said I can find a contractor if you want, or if you have somebody in mind. And he said, well, these windows actually just been installed the previous year. So he was going to contact the contractor that installed them to get a price for repairing or fixing or replacing, whatever it's going to be. Like, all right, that's perfect. I said, just let me know. Depending on how much it is, I can just cut you a check right off the bat, And so it took him about a week, honestly, maybe even a week and a half. You know what? No, it took 2 weeks because I actually had mowed his lawn again before I got the quote. And he was like, hey, sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Because this guy is actually pretty chill. And the window's not shattered, it's cracked. So I think it wasn't like a big thing for him. But he got back to me and was like, hey, here's the quote that I got. And it was only for, I think, $283. So I was like, well, shoot, that's perfect. So I said, okay, well, I'll just cut you a check for that. So that way you don't have to wait on insurance to make the payment. And so he was like, all right, that's fine. So he actually offered, if I wanted to, instead of cutting him a check, he said, if you want, you could just put a credit on my account for $283, and that way I don't know if money's tight or whatever, but that way you could just do that. And I told him no. I honestly, when he offered that to me, it was very appealing. I was like, that'd actually be nice, just keep the money in my pocket. But then I thought about it, and what if this is an issue where it starts to grate on him and he realizes, because you know, I've had this happen before, after there's damage on property, customer doesn't want to work with you anymore. And then what if we're in a situation where, you know, 3 weeks from now, he's got, you know, I don't know, $250 credit on his account or whatever it would be, and he realizes he wants to move on from me, and he's just got this nasty taste in his mouth. I don't want to put him in that position, especially if then he, you know, he wants to say like, I want to cancel and I want the money back. You know, it's like it makes things weird. And I didn't want a customer to have to deal with that, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I told him like, no, I'll just cut you a check. You know, that way you got the money and it's just easier. So I gave him a check, paid it, and then I took forever because I don't know why, but I didn't file the claim until a couple days ago. And as you guys know, I have Hiscox Insurance, and Hiscox, man, is just, there's just no way around it. They're just easy to deal with. You know, they I went on their website, you know, filed a claim, report a claim, however you say it. They asked, you know, I filled out all the needed information, provided a picture of the damage as well as an invoice or a quote for whatever that thing was that he provided me. Sent it in to them. They sent me an email back saying like, hey, you know, we'll get this taken care of. I then got an email this morning from the agent that was assigned to it, letting me know that like, hey, I got all your documentation. If there's anything else you need to send me, just, you know, reply to this email. She then followed up with a phone call where I was able to explain what happened and, you know, let her know like I'd already paid. And I got an email from them saying, all right, send us your banking information and we'll get you reimbursed in the amount of $283. And so obviously I don't have that information on me right now, so I gotta, but once I have it, I'll pass it on to them and the whole thing's taken care of. But the big point that I'm making is, you know, at no point was there any upsetness or stress or was anybody freaking out or, you know, argumentative. The whole thing was easy. And you want to make it as easy as possible for your customer, because you know what, the fact that it went so smoothly and there was no friction at all, I took responsibility immediately. You know, that makes a big impression on them, and you know, they'll tell people about that. They'll be like, yeah, he broke a window, but you know, he dealt with it right away. It makes a huge impression when you go above and beyond with customer service. People really take notice. But in order, let me back up. But you want to be as relaxed as possible too. When this stuff happens, don't get upset, you know. And the only way to not get upset is to make sure you've protected yourself from when these kinds of things happen. That's why you got to have, you know, liability insurance. So that way, when something does go down, because it's going to go down, it's going to happen. There's no need to be upset. You already know you're covered financially. You're not, you know, you might have to give them some money, which you should be saving anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then, you know, once the insurance is all done, your money's replenished. So, I don't know, just wanted to talk to you guys about that and tell you, I busted a customer's window. Haven't done that since 2018. But, oh well. Alright, I gotta get to work. It's Randy with Dolan Cut and Trim. Have a good one.